Hey guys, welcome to our Tahitian Pearl Farmer streaming event. I've got my friend here today, Alexander Collins.
Yorana.
Yorana. Yorana. So this is my first live stream of the year. Thank you everybody for showing up. Alex has been a friend of mine for quite a number of years. And so we're really excited to have him here in the office today. He is on his way to the
Hong Kong show. On
big
the way to Hong Kong
international
show in September.
Yeah.
And decided to stop over here in LA, go see my friend Jeremy that we met how many years ago? That's a long time ago we met. And trying to do this live show, which is pretty exciting.
So we met you in Hong Kong the first time, right?
I think, yeah, it was Hong Kong, definitely Hong Kong. Yeah.
So Alex has a farm on Takaroa, and I shot a video, a documentary on Tahitian pearls. Gosh, maybe more than 10 years ago, and actually shot it on the atoll of Takaroa. Yeah. I didn't know Alex at that time.
Yeah, I may have seen you pass by, but
yeah, we were probably on the other side of the atoll. We were at Paul Yu's farm, which actually is no longer in existence, right?
It's no longer operating. It's some of the infrastructure is still there, but they're no longer operating.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Yeah. Well, we got some people here already. All right, Douglas, it's great to see you, man. Barbara, it's always good to see you, Barbara. Kathy, good to see you. Paula, hey. Paula, it's great to see you. Lorraine. Oh, it's good to see everybody here. Good to see everybody. So, like Alex was mentioning, he's heading to Hong Kong here in how many days? When do you leave?
Saturday.
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 Okay. Yeah. I leave out on Sunday, so we'll see you in Hong Kong on Sunday. Yeah. And so he's basically just coming through town to visit your mom, right?
Yeah, my mom lives in San Diego, so it's kind of a good stopover, hang with my mom, and drove up here, and it's good platform, and then go to Hong Kong from here instead of going back to Tahiti and then flying through Japan or whatever. So that's why I stayed here since the Tucson Fair, actually.
Oh, okay, so you've been here this. Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
So Alex is known for really, really, really small Tahitian pearls.
Correct.
And in fact, the first time I met you in Hong Kong, it was actually Hisano who found you. And she called me over to your booth and said, Jeremy, you've got to come see these pearls. And the first thing I saw was circle pearls, little circles.
Yeah, and Jeremy was like, we don't need circles. And they go, wait, these are like really tiny, really spectacular, really, really good color. And Hisano picked through some of my lots, and she made some beautiful things out of them, actually. And that's kind of how we met, which was, I don't even remember what show that was.
It's got to be something like maybe 10 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, probably, because this was kind of probably my third or fourth show with the Tinies. And
as Barbara says, as Hisano always does, she loves to find the tiny pearls. So, my wife loves tiny pearls. She has tiny Akoya keishi that are so tiny that they have to be drilled by hand with the bow and the spike. She's got tiny Tahitians, of course, from you. Just about tiny everything. She really loves tiny pearls. Alex, your entire lot, your harvest of tiny Tahitian pearls is basically gone.
Yeah, right? Pretty much. I mean, when we started this kind of adventure, I'm trying to think, it was like 2008, 2009. It was born from necessity. The farm was running out of graftable larger oysters, and we had a pretty big crew. And after the crew meeting, I did a crew meeting going, either we stop and just kind of chill for 3-4 months to wait for the oysters to be of normal size, or we can just plow through and just use the tiny oysters and graft tiny nucleus. And since we had Chinese grafters that are already very adept at small nucleus, small utensils, small, so we just said, well, hell, let's just keep working, keep the teams working, not let anybody go, and just keep plowing through. And then I'll figure out a way to sell these once we harvest them. But we did keep the typical 1.5-year harvest time. We didn't because
well, that's actually a really good
Yeah.
point. So let's say you've got a 6mm, and actually I've got some 6mm Hisano 6mm to show you. How many boo? What millimeter size is
well,
a 6
the
millimeter?
smallest BU we've actually ever been able to use is between 1.2 to 1.4.
So 1.4 would be like a 6
no,
millimeter.
that's like a 4.
No, 6mm pearls, like a 4mm.
Oh yeah. Like a 1.6 BU, you start getting like start 6 milli. Yeah.
So boo is basically the size increment used in nuclei.
Yeah. I guess it's a Japanese terminology for nucleus sizing. So it's normally in Tahiti we use 2.0 and up. It's always been 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, but I went like way left,
Way the other direction.
1.2, 1.3, and then it's funny because the smaller you go, the more expensive the nuclei. And I was trying to negotiate with my suppliers. Like,
Until you get to the way onto the other side of it.
Yeah. Once you start getting below 1.4, the price just skyrockets. It's a funny realm, if you put it that way. When you get to the really tiny tinies, the price goes up.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So with a 6mm pearl, then you've really got if it's about a 4mm, you got about a millimeter of nacre on either side. So
yeah.
So that's actually even more than the legal requirement, right?
Yeah. Because when we started this, they still had the X-ray requirement, which was 0.8 millis.
Right.
And we were able to export like 99.9% of what we had. I mean, out of 9,000, they removed 4 pearls. And I think they just did it to say that we did something, because they were really having a hard time finding anything that had less than 0.8. Everything was way above it. But so no, we've kept the normal harvesting periods with the small, the big, whatever. It's always been at least a 1.5 years. We haven't tried to change that in any way. And actually, sometimes it's even longer, because we back up and then we don't have time to do harvest. So then we go into 2 years and stuff like that.
I'm being asked to turn this on really quick. Let me
get the fan on.
I don't know where the button is. Clint, center back.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. All right, we got the fan on. So, who was it that just asked us a little bit ago? It was Enwacha that said your atoll is really, really remote, and I can actually attest to this, because we went into Papaete, and then we had to fly from there to Takaroa, and there's only one flight a week.
Well, there's one flight a week now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
what is it? How many hours is it from Papaete?
Hour and a half, but it's more expensive to go to my island than to fly to LA.
Really? Oh, because there's only one flight every week.
Yeah, it's like $600 to Papaete to Takaroa is like 600 round trip. It's crazy.
And so if something happens in Takaroa, or you've got to get to civilization like really quickly, what do you do? I mean, you're not going to swim.
Well, we do. I mean, if it's a medical emergency, we do have the opportunity to call like a medevac kind of thing, and it has, there has been some accidents where they actually will send a plane to Takaroa and retrieve the person that's had an accident or whatever. And otherwise, we don't have much as far as medical assistance.
Yeah, there wasn't, like, if I recall, not even any stores or anything, right?
Yeah, these days there's a few stores.
And near the airport, right? When you're driving to
Yeah.
the airport after you come back from the other side of the atoll.
Yeah,
right?
and there's a couple more that popped up.
Okay.
But we normally don't shop there. We usually buy everything in bulk and just store it at the farm. And like that, we're completely independent because already just we're far away from the village. We have to take a boat to go to our farm, which is about 30-minute boat ride. And once we're at the farm, we do not want to like move around. We just want to stay where the work is.
There's really no place to go there, if I recall.
Not really, no.
So Kathy was asking, what are the average size of your Tahitians? Like, say today.
Well, today, since I don't have many of the below 8 millis, I think my average size right now on the special.
Let's say during a
items that we have-
harvest, like in a regular harvest, since you're
On a
doing the
normal-
small ones and the larger ones.
On a normal harvest, we usually our average is going to be like 9 milli,
Okay.
8 to 9 milli, with the good maybe 30 to 40% is going to be below 8 milli, between 6,
Oh
7.
wow! Wow,
Yeah.
so you're still doing quite a
We're
lot.
still doing. And now it's not so much about necessity, is that we have another problem now. Is that the oysters are not growing like they used to, so they're staying small.
Is that just in Takaroa? Is that happening elsewhere in Tahiti?
I think this is particular to Takaroa. It's just that we haven't been able to collect oysters ourselves, so we go buy them from other islands and bring them to our island, and they don't adapt as well, so they stay small. So we just keep using the small nuclei to graft. Our island, I would say, is maybe 20 kilometers around.
20 kilometers around,
Yeah.
so then square kilometers, because it's a really thin.
It's really thin and long.
Thin and long. It's like one little strip. So you could probably walk around it in about a day, about 10 miles around.
If you
Well,
walk
if you
around,
could walk around, you couldn't really walk around it. You have to
there's
swim part
one
of it.
pass. There's one
Oh, there
big
is.
pass that you could swim across, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
But you could walk around it. I would say it would take you maybe 9 hours.
9 hours.
Yeah.
So Elsie's asked, did you regraft those little ones?
Of
when you're-
course.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when you're regrafting a shell that you pulled, say, a 6 milli out of,
Mhm.
you're regrafting it with a 6 millimeter bead. Right?
Correct.
So then with a 6 millimeter bead, then your next pearl would be
An 8.
your second harvest would then be an 8 millimeter pearl
8,
as
9.
a second harvest.
Yeah. If
Wow,
we're
that's
doing the
really
20s.
small for a second harvest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Wow.
we also do the normal size. Basically, I told my grafters to just adapt to the oyster that we have. So if we have like a big oyster with a big gonad, we're going to go for the bigger nuclei, and it's actually a question of fitting the nucleus to the gonad,
Right.
as far as success rates,
Yeah.
If you go too big, then you're either going to have a reject or you're going to have a Baroque pearl.
So Kathy's asking about the environmental. I'm assuming, Kathy, you're referring to like the environmental impact, like.
Yeah, well, it's definitely something because we've had issues as far. I mean, we've been doing this since 1999, so
Right.
we've seen a lot. I mean, we were booming for 10 years. When we started up to 2010, we were just booming. I mean, we had oysters coming out of our ears almost. Millions and millions of oysters, and it was a lot of work to be able to save them all. And now they're extremely rare. I mean, very, very rare. I mean, it's really happiness when you're diving and then you see like one oyster. You're like, oh wow, and,
Yeah.
it's a quite momentous occasion nowadays. And I would say it was a climate thing back in 2014 because we had a very, very hot year. So that created an environmental issue as far as our own lagoon is concerned. The heat basically killed off basically everything in the lagoon.
Yeah.
It was pretty devastating.
So Terry asked about your market for your tinies. If your tinies, if the market for your tiny pearls is larger than your market for like your larger pearls, and I don't know. I'm just assuming because I know you're known for these tinies.
Yeah.
And they're all gone already. You're not going to have any for another 3 months until you harvest again.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're the only guy who does it.
Pretty much. I am the only one that does it consistently. Let's put it that way. There are a few that farms that do have some of the tinies, but never below 7 millimeters. It's
Never below 7 millimeters
because they stick to a 2.0 BU, which cannot really give you a 7.
This is below a 7.
Yeah, that's a 6.
This is one of Hisano's strands. I'm going to put this up on one of the cameras here in a minute, and I'll show you what it looks like compared against a like more traditional size Tahitians.
Yeah.
You know, Douglas has got a pearl nerd question here. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Have you been studies on nanoplankton density on the toe? Yeah, well, unfortunately, the government is not very helpful. We have to figure these things out kind of for ourselves. But I am definitely leaning towards a lack of a certain a nutrient,
right?
That the oysters have a nutrient-based deficiency, and that is why they are not they are reproducing, but they're not holding. Yeah. And I think it's nutrient-based. There's something missing in the diet. What is it exactly? I'm not sure, and we don't have much help in that regard. Unfortunately, I guess we're so far away that, you know, when the scientists come, they usually stay like 3 days, and they don't really, I don't know. In my personal opinion, they don't do enough. They should. Yeah. And I'm not a scientist. I guess I'm an expert, but as far as going into the biological details in that, you know, I can only suppose.
Ellen said she might have been to your farm on a French cruise. Ellen Rosenblum. They were on a pearl farm cruise. Here we are.
Your pearl farm?
A French tourist catamaran. I guess catamaran would be one of the only ways to get out there. I don't think any big cruise ships are going out there.
Yeah.
Who was it that asked, how do you protect yourself? Kathy, it was, with like dangerous weather, with typhoons and.
Well, the first thing we did, and this is something that a lot of farms did not do, is we didn't clear. Basically, a lot of farms, when they start into a place, they just clear out all the mangroves, the trees, and everything to make, you know, just big, massive buildings or whatever. We basically did not clear anything. Only what really had to be cleared, and then we planted more. And so that held our beachfront much better. And then all our buildings are kind of behind all this growth. So if you're going on a boat by our farm, you basically don't see the farm. I mean, you just see the structures that have to be in the water, which is the grafting house and the boat houses and all that. And that's the stuff that always gets destroyed. And then we always have to rebuild. Like right now, when I go back, I have to rebuild because we just had like 2 weeks ago, we had some severe weather that busted up a lot of basically all the boat houses. So we
got some severe weather here too. But
yeah, it's like all over.
You know, Rachel just asked whether all your pearls are different colors or your water's only produced 1 or 2. And I think instead of just answering that, here's the opportunity to show. This is this is one of your very first, very first strands. Yeah. These are some of the pearls that Hisano selected out of your circles, just to make her own. I mean, we didn't offer these to anyone when we got them. I remember she was picking us. I don't have a plan. You can see the colors there, Rachel. You can see that they really does have just all the same traditional colors that we would see with other Tahitians. And in fact, here is a strand, and I grabbed sort of a larger one here. This one's about 11.5 to about 14 millimeters. So it's a little bit on the larger side, but you know what? Why don't you show them? Why don't you show the small strand first, and then we'll throw a large strand next to it so you can really kind of see.
So there you get to check out all the colors. Yeah, and our farm is kind of known for these oddball blues and the coppery ones too. It's funny, each kind of atoll kind of has its own particularity as far as colors are concerned. But then, you know, you really need to have healthy oysters and a healthy lagoon to pull that off.
Yeah, well, why don't we show it against one of the big ones, and we can see how big this actually, or how small these actually are. So the strand on top is more of your traditional Tahitians are what people expect when they think Tahitian pearls, and these look just like the big pearls just had some babies, basically.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
litter of pearl babies or something, you know?
So for us to go from here to here, I'd probably have to do like a third graph to get to this size.
Yeah.
For this oyster to do that, you'd have to do second graft and third graft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a difference.
Huge difference.
Huge difference, huh? Well, then, let me start grabbing some of your pearls here. So, as I mentioned before, Alex does not have, well, you actually have one.
One strand.
He's got one strand of Tiny Tahitians, and I talked it out of him last night. It is going to Hong Kong. He's going to Hong Kong to present at the show. So basically, all he really has here are some of his really special.
It's basically collector's pieces. It's usually my wife. You know, I give her like a little window when I harvest. I give her a window where about 30 minutes she'll go through the harvest and just pick stuff really fast. Because I don't want to see what she's picking, because you know, a lot of times it's like, no, leave it. You know, I need it to sell the harvest or whatever. But she does this at every harvest, and then she has a special like drawer in the office where she just puts this, and I'm not allowed to look into that little drawer. So this is basically that, because and we just have them around. And then Maggie, my wife, she was able to combine and make some really spectacular strands with them. And just basically cherry picking from each harvest over the years. And she's always picking the really unusual, very, very special and rare colors. And
Barbara says, "Happy wife, happy life." That's always been my motto. And just not to interrupt, but you know, Elsie's asked, "Do we just get to drool?" And Paula wanted to know if there's going to be any for sale. So there's going to be. I'll kind of walk you through what he has here today. He's got 6 mixed lots that are sort of color separated. These are all loose pearls. Then you've got 2 really, really special natural pearl lots.
Oh yeah,
natural pearl lots that you know, I haven't even seen lots like this at this size before. I mean, as in this many pearls before. 1 strand of the tinies, so it will be available, and then a couple of other strands of some larger ones. You've got one 27-inch gorgeous multicolor. And then 1 crazy color green pistachio multicolor, and 1 long strand of the tinies. But other than that,
Maggie has great taste.
Maggie has great taste.
She does.
And Douglas says the PP pearls. Yes, the PP pearls are coming.
Yeah.
So you know what? Let's start up with the first lot here. So these are, you called these the cherry aubergines.
Yeah, cherry aubergine. Yeah.
So here, I will give them to you. Take them out of your bag here. So these are his first lot. These are cherry aubergines, and you can see there's 4 pearls there. 3 of them are 10 to 11. One of them is a slight oval. You can see it. It's the one there on the left. That's A. And then the one there on the top is B. One right below that is C. And then D is the one all the way over on the right. And the D pearl is the 12 to 13 millimeter. And that's a 12.5 millimeter pearl. And so these are available. Yeah, these are his cherry aubergine. Now, by the way, we have also posted images of these on the discussion for the live event. So if you want to go to the discussion, you want to see like individual photos of these things. We didn't prepare these like we would typically do with for our live events, because these are his pearls, not ours, first of all. But yeah, everything we show going forward is going to be available for purchase. If you want to see one, just call out, "It's mine." For example, let me grab my hand in here really quick. These are the cherry aubergines, and let me put them in order here: A, B, and C, and D. So A, B, C. Oh, no, I got these backwards.
Yeah.
There it is.
Too small.
Yeah. A, B, C, and D. Cherry aubergines. So if you are interested in a cherry aubergine, which is actually kind of a really, really unique color, I would almost call it more of a cherry, but I see where you get the aubergine out of it too, because I see a lot of purple in there as well.
Purple, and then there's some little green kind of effect, especially a little green halo in this one.
So Lorraine asked, do you have any Tahitian pearls with strong cherry overtones? We actually have these have probably the strongest cherry of the ones you've got. You've also got green peacocks, a dark peacock coming, a pink peacock, a purple group coming, and a champagne peacock coming. So basically every one of the pearls that you're showing today is sort of like that 1 in 10,000 sort of thing.
Yeah,
when you pull it out of the oyster.
Yeah, they're very special kind of unique colors that we're able to pull from the Takaroa Atoll. And usually most of these do have like a combination of colors. They have the green, they have the deep body, and the nice luster. That's why they're kind of collector's pieces, you know.
So just to recap the ones we have here, each of these are 10 to 11 millimeters. I think I'll move myself out of here so you can see them a little bit better. Each of these are 10 to 11 millimeters. His 10 to 11 millimeter cherry aubergines are $350 a pearl, and his 12 to 13, and he only has one, is $566 for the pearl. Would you like to, you've got one more camera if you want to try it in your hand, all of them together there. See, I think you'll be able to see them. There you go. So these are the cherry aubergines, and you can see that they have sort of a bronzy-ish almost look to it, right?
That is kind of one of the colors that we try to make in Takaroa, because every now and then we have these particularly, I mean, the inside of the oyster is all like one solid bronzy color. And we try to find those. They're hard to find. There's like one in every whatever. Maybe we find one a day, maybe in a good grafting season. And so one graft usually allows you to have maybe 20 grafts, and maybe out of the 20 grafts you get maybe 10 pearls out of that.
Got it. When you say one graft, what you're really referring to is you're talking about one SIBO selection from a donor oyster.
Yeah, from one of the donor oysters. We try to find the donor oyster that has the interior of the shell. When you kind of open it slightly, it's all like this one red or cherry color. Instead of having like the multiple, like most of the oysters have this kind of a rainbow, I guess you can call it, color. But to make these oddballs, you have to have this particular shell that is just solid brown, or solid, brown, cherry brown, or chocolate, if you will.
Because they do almost look kind of chocolate. That's sort of the bronzish thing.
They can get chocolate, yeah, absolutely.
And Terry just says, I have the discussion board, but still no pictures. So if the team is listening, please post the pictures. This is the first grouping of the cherries, the cherry aubergines. And then Terry, hopefully they heard me, and that first grouping will be available as we're going through these lots. Because each of them we got some single pearls coming up near the end, especially some large ones, but these pearls will be shown individually on the discussion board. So these are the cherry aubergines, and now that's the bronzish that I was talking about. Now they really do kind of look chocolate to me, and I can't get away from it now.
Yeah.
Now they look chocolate to me.
This one is the most chocolatey one in my view. This one right there. Yeah, I guess it's not perfect in the camera, but
all right. Well, let's move on to the next batch here. So these are your green peacocks, and switch back over to this camera. So your group number 2, and you only have 3 of these pearls. So it's a really, really, really small lot. You got one that's 10.6, one that's just about 10.7, and one that's just over 11 millimeters. So tell us about these pearls.
Well, this is pretty. Oh, that one's almost blue.
Ah.
Yeah, that one's really sexy. I like that one.
Really sexy. I love it.
I mean, no, this color. I mean, basically, in pearl farming, what we really strive for is color. I mean, even if the pearls are not the best, quality or whatever, it's always color.
Well, Alex,
we
you got to
strive for.
request. You got to request. Kathy says group number one of the 10mm colors, best color.
Alex, choose. All
All
right.
right, Alex, you get to choose the best color for Kathy.
In the one of the
Kathy's
10s.
a great friend of ours, and she has an amazing pearl collection. So I'll let you. You got to choose them underneath so everybody can see you choose.
Yeah,
Everybody's
right.
got to see you choose, right?
I like that one. Ooh. This one is like
He's choosing really carefully, Kathy.
Yeah. I don't know.
The other Kathy Joseph.
I don't know. They're both pretty amazing.
Well, one of them's the one to your right is a little bit on the oval
It's
side.
on the oval
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
But
yeah.
It's,
So I would go with this one because the color looks identical, but
yeah.
I like this one. Group number 2 is Alex's sexy one. She wants the one that you said sexy, okay? Which is the sexiest pearl?
Well, let's go with that one.
That one
This
right
one,
there.
yeah.
Okay, you want to grab that one? Let me give that to Jordan so we can make sure and put Kathy's name on this one. There you go. All right, so let's go back to group number 2 here.
The sexy one. The blue one.
And then green peacock, the one below the big one is mine, says and watch us. So let's go back to the green peacock. And watch it. Which one did you want?
Oops.
Oh, wait, no. Group 2, Alex is sexy. Which one was the sexy one?
This one right
the
there.
blue one. The blue
That
one. That one's
that
Kathy's.
one.
Okay, that was the sexy one.
Yeah.
I remember that one too. And then we had the green peacock. The one is the one below the big one. So are you talking about this one here? I think that's the one you're referring to, or are you referring to this one? So the top or the bottom pearl, and watch out. And this one's going to Kathy. Kathy? The lowest one. You just moved the pearls. The lowest one.
That one?
The lowest one. So this one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, and watch out. This one is yours. And Amitabh is asking, are there any pearls that have not been drilled as yet? All the pearls haven't been drilled yet.
None of the pearls have been drilled.
And watch has got it, the bottom one. Okay, we've got it right this time. All right, let me get this one back out of here for group 2. And then this one is going to, and watch out, you've got yourself the bottom one. It is yours. So as soon as Clint comes back in here, he'll grab that one from us. And these 3 pearls, we'll put these back into, oops, I mixed up one and
group
3.
1, group 2.
Okay, I'm gonna put these, this is group 1, leftover of group 1. And these are the last 2 pearls of
Group 2.
Group 2. Okay. All right. So, we got to get back to this camera. I'm not as good at this as Hisano is. She's been doing a lot more of these than I have. So, Dr. Julia is asking if there's going to be any blue pearls. And I'm actually, look, down here we've got blue, but it's like a blue-green.
Oh, the big one. Yeah.
Yeah, a really big one. A really big one near the end here. Other than that,
there's a purple one.
There's a purple one.
Yeah.
There's a couple of pistachios, a couple more cherries coming up.
Yeah.
But let's go on to the dark peacock lot. Group 3. So the dark peacock lot has got 4 pearls. 3 of them are in the 10 to 11 millimeter range. There you go. And, you might find this interesting when you look at these pearls, that, the dark peacock, there's a bit of a range in color on these things. And, when somebody says peacock, you think all of them are going to have the same color, but like every single one of them is slightly different. Like this one, I looked at that as like, is that really like a dark peacock to me? It didn't really seem it, but when you see the halo, especially in real life, of the green going around it.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me get us out of the image here so you
No.
can see these a little bit better here.
Yeah. So, I mean, peacock, I get, it's kind of a broad term, but for me, peacock, it has to have a combination of 2 to 3, I mean, maybe 3 things. It has to have a green body or a red body and a green halo,
Got
or a
it.
red halo.
Right.
So it depends. So it can have a green body and a red halo, or a red body and a green halo. So, but it's a combination of that green and red or reddish aubergine. But then sometimes you get kind of that green that goes towards a blue and has that red halo. So
like this one here, I can see a lot of blue in this one.
Yeah,
And then when
exactly.
you turn it though,
it's red.
it's here. I'll let you turn it because it's got
blue with the halo, and then it's kind of like red.
on
with
the
the
other
halo,
side.
yeah.
You can see the red halo. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
So-
these are really, really, really stunning pearls.
Yeah.
These are the kinds of pearls that are
Does-
those
have a-
special pearls inside
Yeah.
of the multicolors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
does have a
Beautiful,
drill spot
beautiful.
right there.
So yeah, that's the drill spot. And I
Mhm.
think I saw a question here about the quality of these and all of these pearls that you brought. I think they're all clean.
A's. Yeah.
all A grade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't. Yeah, you
don't
told
have
me
any-
don't keep all the bad stuff. I mean, the lower end. I brought a whole suitcase, and he said, "No, not that."
The other stuff going, you
And
can
other
take
stuff
that to
is going to
Hong
Hong
Kong.
Kong.
So Douglas called it the bipolar blue.
Bipolar blue.
I think this one's a
Absolutely.
little bit more manic, Douglas. It's got some crazy colors to it.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
So Rachel wants to know where your farm is located on the atoll. So it's going to be across from the airport, right?
So I'm across the airport. Kind of, if you're at the airport and you're looking off the wharf or whatever, I'm straight across and a little bit to the left. So I'm up, and that's what we call nake, which is basically the boonies.
So Maria's asking really quick. Sorry to break in. Maria's asking which is the 380 and the 320. So the larger pearl is the one that's 11 millimeters, and it's
the big one. It's that one. That would be the bigger one, and then these 3 are the same price.
Right. So they're really, really close to size there, but the one that is actually slightly off round is the one that is the bigger one. That's the 380 ones. So typically, you'll have round and near round, and they all fall into the same category. And that one has got a little bit of an oval shape to it, and that one is the 380, and all 3 of the other ones are $320. And the sizes are 10.4, 10.7, 10.95, and 11.1.
But
right.
the oval one, once you set it, is pretty much round.
You want to pull out the oval one real quick?
Yeah.
Just pull it out of there, and then we'll show. And that's the oval one is that crazy bicolor one.
Yeah.
So these are all 3 of these are the same price. And that is you said $320 a pearl, right?
Yep.
Very cool. All right. Well, and by the way, that oval one is just stunning. When you try the other camera, see if you can make it move around in there and see if you can see the colors. Maybe in your hand better if you can see the different colors as you're turning it. There you go. So you can see the blue, and then when you turn it, a little bit slower, you can see it kind of pop into a purple there. There it is. And so the drill spot is on the purple side, so the face is going to be really blue then.
Yeah, the face is going to be blue, purple with kind of a red halo underneath it.
I'm going to try this camera over here again real quick. So somebody wants a little closer to the camera. So let's go. You can actually pick it up under that camera as well, and you can spin it. Just be really slow when you do it. See, there's the drill spot. See it here when you're doing it. So there's the drill spot. And then when you turn it, that's the face with that blue.
Yeah.
And Amitabha says that is hers. That is mine. That is a special one. Congratulations, Amitabha. I absolutely love this. I'm curious to know what you're going to set this in. I mean, because it's got, even on the drill side, it's got such a beautiful color to it. It's like you wouldn't want to set that in a cup or a ring. Or maybe you would, because the color comes up the side here too. But you would almost want it to just be something really simple so that you can keep that color, right?
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Congratulations, Amitama. All right, I'm going to grab that one out and put that in a separate bag. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Amitabh? Amitabh? Amitabh. Amitabh. I hope I've got that right. Beautiful, beautiful pearl. Congratulations on this one. All right, that'll go to Jordan. And now, let's see. What do we got next? Oh, we've been talking about these Tiny Tahitians this whole time. And so you have one strand of these Tiny Tahitians and just one
good strand. Let's put it that way.
One good strand. So he had other Tiny Tahitians left over, like you said, they were C's and D's and stuff like that. So basically, all of his fine stuff has been purchased, but all of his loose pearls have been purchased. But you made one strand, and we actually strung this. Did we? Yeah, we strung this.
Strung it. Yeah,
we strung it for you yesterday. So it already came pre-drilled. This is a 7 to 8 millimeter strand. So just to give you an idea again, how it compares to a 12 to 14 millimeter strand, it is just tiny. And it's a little bit longer than usual as well. It's about a 21 and a half inch. Now, typically Hisano will put these on, but since she's not here, I'm trying myself here. See how they look. Can't clasp it. There we go. Nah, I won't clasp it. It'll be hard to take off otherwise. Yeah. Might be a little small on me. I think the bigger one will work better for me. But let's take a look at this under the camera here, and you can kind of pull it through and show the pearls.
Yeah, I mean, this really has some chocolate undertones.
So this is like what we call a solid color strand, like a single color consistent strand, but it has different overtones through it. And Kathy is asking whether there are any keishi today. You don't have any keishi here, do you?
I do have, but I just have like two.
Just like two. Oh, that's right. You got those big keishis.
I have two really big keishi, yeah.
So maybe we should ask Zirius to grab them.
Sure.
So, Inta, if you're listening, would you ask Zirius to grab Alex's two large special keishi pearls? He has a special lot that those big ones came out of, and there were two crazy keishis in there.
Yeah.
And by the way, Kathy, the next live event we do is going to be all keishis, but they're really, really special Akoya keishis. Pearl Exporting, I'm sure you probably know who they are. It's the Japanese company that specializes in keishi pearls. Hisano has one of those crazy torsades of like 45 strands. They are providing pearls for a live event for March 6th. So this strand is 7 to 8 millimeters. And since this is 7 to 8 millimeters, what would you say is the size of the nucleus inside each one of these?
These are probably 1.6 BU. Probably.
So about a 4.5 to 5 millimeter. Yeah. Okay, 4.5 to 5 millimeters. So if these are 7 to 8, then you're talking over a millimeter.
Usually we're always over. I mean, we've never in my backpack. Yeah, we've never really messed with as far as the timing. I mean, a lot of people experimented, like harvesting earlier, but actually.
That's an interesting point, if I can interrupt, because, there was this law in Tahiti for the longest time, and it was the export law where all pearls had to be X-rayed before they could be exported, and they had to have a minimum of 0.8 millimeters an acre. That law changed in 2017.
Correct. And
they removed that law. So are there now farmers, and as Kathy's asking, how long does it take to harvest? It's 18 months. That's traditional.
It's traditional. We usually stick to that. I mean, a year and a half is usually good. I mean, there is a problem when you go too far, actually. When you go
off round, right?
Yeah, they become off round. When you start doing 22 months, 24 months, then you would think it gets better, but no. Then all your rounds, then you have your percentage of semi-rounds skyrockets.
Right. Yeah. But your nacre thickness.
Nacre thickness is insane.
Fantastic, right?
It's great. But yeah, so you
Show
have
this with
it's
the
kind
other
of
camera too.
it's kind of a trade-off between that.
So this is the same strand, a little bit of a wider view. So Lauren just asked, in fact, I'll answer this, and she just joined the stream just a little bit late. How are the Tiny Tahitians produced? They're actually, Lauren, they're produced with Tiny Tahitian pearl oysters. And it started with 1 year. Alex, all of his oysters were so small, and you decided, should we just wait or should we try grafting these tiny oysters? And that's what they did. You grafted them with beads that I would say are typically reserved for akoyas.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
there's definitely the beads are out there already. They are available. Yeah. But yeah, no, Tahiti doesn't. I mean, it doesn't normally import those. I was the first one to start importing anything below 2.0 BU.
You want to put this on the bust over there to show them what that looks like? And in a moment, we'll kind of switch over there. And in fact, Clint, if you could, at the same time, even hold this one up when we switch over there so you can see what it looks like. So happy to have one, the big blue. I don't want it drilled yet, but left natural. Good call. So yeah, I actually would almost recommend that because really with the colors, you got to kind of figure out what it is you want to do with that pearl.
Yeah.
So this is camera 4, right? Okay, yeah. So that's the 7 to 8 millimeter round strand, and I'm just going to throw on the 14 millimeter. And you can see it was just knotted, which is why it's a little bit kinky right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it looks like compared to more of a larger traditional size Tahitian. And I say larger traditional, it's on the larger size because it does go up to 14 millimeters. But a 7 to 8 millimeter Tahitian is what you would see with typically an average size freshwater or an average size akoya. You would almost never ever see anything
above 8.
Yeah, in that size. Yeah, it's just tiny. But anyway, stunning strand. So it is the only strand of tinies that we have today. That being said, Alex is harvesting in 3 months. In 3 months. And you promised yesterday that when you harvest, you're going to bring the harvest here. So we're going to have the Tiny Tahitians right
exclusive.
Out of the exclusive. One of the first Tiny Tahitians.
Exclusive.
It's going to be amazing. All right. So let's switch over to, let's see, where are we now? Let's go to the pink peacocks.
Mon plastique spécial, les deux grands kéchis.
And by the way, that's Alex's son who's with him here. Yeah. I got to meet him yesterday. He is learning the pearl business, heading to Hong Kong. Actually, he was in Hong Kong. He was there in September.
Yeah, he did September, November, and he did the Tucson Fair. And now we're going back to Hong Kong and then back to the farm.
So these are pink peacocks, you call them. And to me, it would almost be more of a traditional peacock. Well, no, because it's got a really strong kind of bubblegum pink almost to one of them here. Yeah. So here, I'll let you show these. Alex calls these pink peacocks. And Rachel was asking, how much is it? Which one are you referring to, Rachel? Is it the strand or one of these pearls? So there's 2 pearls here. The 11 to 12 is actually 11.8 millimeters. So, oops, let me get the right camera here. The one on the top is 11.8 millimeters, and you're calling this pink peacock. And you know, this to me is a bit more of that traditional peacock because you've got that green going on there. And the 12 to 13 millimeter is 560, and the 12 to 13 millimeter is actually 12.3 millimeters. So to me, this is like more of the traditional peacock. When we go through lots and we find a peacock pearl, this is what we'll most often call peacock. It's got that green, it's got that pink as well. But I get what you're saying though, because it's less red and just more pink, and especially that one. Turn it there, right there. You see that pink? Yeah, that is. It's almost to the point of purple. It's gotten so pink. It's from where I'm sitting, anyway.
Yeah, This whole side is pinkish.
Yeah. No, look at that.
Yeah.
Got it. So where's the drill spot? Is that going to be the face on that one?
There's one little
There it is. Yep,
teeny
I see
little
it.
thing right there.
So actually, the face is going to be that super pink then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there you go.
Wow. 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 Wow.
They're a good size. It's 12 million is a good size.
Douglas says I can almost listen to Aerosmith's Pink when I see these. It's amazing. I actually like the smaller pearl better. The 11 to 12 millimeter better than
it's. I think it's a weirder or a more odd combination of colors. I mean, to get that pink, this is more, yeah, like you said, the more of a more traditional type of peacock, whereas this one is, wow, I mean, just a weird,
and
almost like a neon pink.
And Isabel says that pink is hers. Congratulations, Isabel.
Congratulations. That's a really, really unique.
You're just outside of the camera view. No, you can pick it up. You just got to get it under the camera there so she can see it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that one is a beauty. I mean, they're both beautiful, but for me, this is a harder color to come by.
That is really beautiful, beautiful picture. Beautiful pearl there.
Yeah.
So you want to try it under the other camera?
Sure.
Just give one more shot of this. So this one, okay, so one of these is already gone.
Yeah, that one's gone.
That one's gone. All right, let me put that in a bag so I don't try to buy this one again. And that is the 12.3 millimeter peacock, pink peacock as well.
Yeah, and this one doesn't even have a drill spot.
The other one, it belongs to Isabel. Yeah. It doesn't even have a drill spot, which means it's basically super, super clean there.
Super clean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
It is a beautiful pearl. So let's see where we are now. Before we get into those crazy loose pearls, you want to pull out those keishis that Kathy was just asking about? You only have two, or no, three? No, two. Two. All right. Let me pull them out here and put them under the camera. So, okay, here we are. Let's switch this. You want to grab? Oh, you know what? We're on the wrong camera here. All right. So, your son just brought these two keishi pearls, and I mean, they almost look like what we used to call provoke baroques, where they had those beads inside of them that had like the misshapen
to get
beads.
the size, yeah.
But they're not light, so they're not the soufflés either. These are actual keishi pearls.
Yeah.
Massive,
very rare.
Massive keishi pearls.
I don't even know what size they are.
I think here you can put them under there and actually measure them even. Here, let's. Yeah, those are some massive keishi pearls. So in diameter, 12 and a half, and actually you grab those from the skinny side too. So. Here, you want to measure them for you real quick? 14 millimeter and 12 millimeter. So let me just, so Kathy, you can see how these, and actually need to reset this too. So let me set this. I'll just show you up close first. This is the first pearl. From the wide diameter, it is 14.6. From the skinny diameter, it is 11.5. And the length is 18.93, so basically 19 millimeters, and they're both pretty similar in size there. And how much are they a pearl? $800 per pearl. Got it. $800 per pearl. So sorry we don't have a banner for this. He just pulled these out of his special ones just so you could see these, Kathy. But gorgeous, crazy. You could almost put one of those on a piece of leather or something too. Yep. Sorry, on the wrong camera. There we go. Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, fabulous, fabulous Keishi, Patricia says. All right, so let's get back to the, what do we got coming up next? We've got the purples coming up next. So, ooh, and you know what? Somebody was asking about, Amitabh asked how much these are. You said these are, how much? 800? 800. So they're the same price each pearl. Clearly one of a kind. If anybody wants the Keishis, just say Keishis and which one it is that you want. Unfortunately, there is no banner there, so they are $800 a pearl. If anybody wants them, just say it's mine, and or even later on in the show, if you want to see them again, we can bring them back up. We just can't bring back up the banner. All right, let's go on to these purples. Now, these purples, you know, to me, these are really, really like cherry. I mean, you know, color is sort of subjective.
Yeah.
And everybody has a bit of a different description of what like cherry is. But for me, you know, when a pearl has like a purple halo around it,
Yeah,
that's typically what I'll call a cherry. But, you know, of course, the colors are purple as well. Here, I'll let you take them and show them there. Why don't we go under the big camera first?
big camera.
So you can see them all together. And then, yeah, can we open the aperture just a little bit on that to brighten it up since these are pretty dark? Maybe you can see them a little bit better. Yeah, you're going to start to see the purple a little bit better in there. Under the other camera, though, we'll probably be able to see it really well. But you can see the purples just kind of screaming out of those. So there's one pearl in this, and you know what? And Douglas also just mentions color is subjective. The monitors may show it a little bit differently as well. Oops, you dropped it, but you caught it. There's a Tahitian pearl farmer for you. But yeah, like Douglas is saying, that purple halo with that inner green, to me, that's more of the traditional cherry. But then you've got this one right here, and that is intense. Like that's as purple as you can get. That really, right?
Really intense. I think
check it out over
here.
Yeah, like the one on the top there. And in fact, most of them, except for the intense purple, we would almost, but typically call it cherry.
Definitely cherry, and this one is like
super
crazy.
Super dark one, right?
And the great thing about it is the skin is just insane. I mean, just mirror, which is basically,
and it's also got a bicolor to it as well, right?
Yeah, it's got like a purple halo and a deep purple kind of body, almost goes to a blue.
And somebody just mentioned this. How to claim these. I'll just kind of go through this again because I know we've got a lot of people who it may be your first time and they're just coming in. If you see one of the pearls that you want, just say it's mine. If we have a number with it, we'll just say it's mine, that number. If it's a lot like the ones that you're seeing right now that Alex is going through, just say it's mine and then we'll figure out exactly which one you're referring to, okay? Yeah, that little one. That's the little one right there. This one right here with the most intense color, that's the 9.3 millimeters. So that's the $220 pearl, the least expensive. And let me get us out of there so you can see this a little bit better. There's 5 pearls here. There's 3 sizes. So that smallest one with the most intense color, and purple 10 to 11 camera right 9. That's this one. This belongs to Enwacha. Yeah. Congratulations on the intense purple. Let me get this out of the camera.
Amazing.
This is me trying to get the camera here.
Very, very
wow.
Very
Congratulations, Enwacha. That's a stunning pearl. Let me grab that one out of the lot there. So this is, let me measure this one because is it the 9 to 10 or is it the, I think it might be the 9 to 10.
No,
it's the 10. It's a little over 10. So the 9 to 10 is still in there.
Yeah.
So this is purple. It's the 10.2, right? Yep. Okay. So this is B out of the list if you're looking at the discussion board. And I will give this to you, Clint. That belongs to Anwacha. Congratulations, Anwacha. And these are the remaining ones. So we've got a 9 to 10 millimeter in there, 2 10 to 11 millimeters. There's the 9 to 10. That's your $220 pearl. You've got two. That's your big one, right? The 11 to 12. That's the $380 pearl. And there are the 2 remaining 10 to 11 millimeter cherries. And I can see the drill spot on that one, right?
Yep.
All right. Very cool. And watch out. I remember it's actually Nancy, right? I remember that. Yeah, not. I'm looking at the names here. It's Nancy. Watch out. Yes. Congratulations, Nancy. I know she's gotten a lot of amazing pearls over the last.
That was a very, very special.
That's a
pearl.
special.
I mean, all
special
5
pearl.
of them, really, but that one is just a very odd color.
Odd color. You call it odd.
I
call
keep
it
using
spectacular.
odd, but something you don't see often.
When you're harvesting, a few 100,000 pearls, and most of them are silver grain. When you pull out one that's got that purple, I mean, it must kind of stop you in your tracks.
Always. It's like a little commotion when we harvest. It's like everybody stops what they're doing and they're like, oh, okay, that's and then I grab and we know who grafted it because we always have.
That's right.
Yeah, we have different colors for different grafters, so we know.
Wait. You have different. No, not different colored pearls. You have different. You marked.
Yeah. So the ropes that we use for the oysters when we take them back.
The chaplets.
The chaplets. Yeah. Each grafter has his own color.
Got it.
Like that, we know who's doing the good work and who's not.
All right. Well, let's move on to group number 6 here. And how can one identify the body color? How can one identify the body color? Leanna's asking.
Well, the body color is in order to have quote body color, it means you need to have more than one color, because sometimes pearls can be just like plain gray, plain black, plain whatever. But I guess what you're talking about is when you have a body, which is what's inside kind of, and the halo around it, that would be the body color. And I guess you just have to spin it around and then kind of conclude that, okay, this is purple, it's blue or whatever. But and I guess that's the hard part as far as pearl making is concerned, is to have the combination of body color plus halo.
Yeah.
And obviously a clean surface and, that mirror, orient, etc.
So Douglas is asking, do you have a Mexican tequila scream? I'm assuming, of course, Douglas, by the way, is one of the founders of Sea of Cortez Pearls. And believe it or not, Hisano and I are planning to go to Guaymas
to see Enrique
in a few weeks. And Douglas as well. Douglas is going to be coming down with us to do a live event from Guaymas with Douglas.
Enrique,
that's going to be pretty, and Enrique and Manuel and Emilio. It's going to be pretty amazing. Berna, you made it. Welcome. It's always good to see you here. So Douglas is asking, do you have like a Mexican tequila scream? I'm assuming that's what happens at Sea of Cortez. There's a Mexican tequila scream.
We absolutely do.
Except it's coconut liqueur.
Yeah. We don't have tequila, unfortunately.
Right. All right. So we've got one more of a lot, and we call them lots because there's more than one pearls. After this, we're going to be switching to some really special singles and some special groups. But this last one, you've called it a champagne peacock,
for lack of a better,
And I'm looking at this, and to me, it's almost like a pistachio peacock. But you know what? I'll go with champagne. Your pearls, your colors. Why don't you see what people think of this? So to me, this is like a pistachio with a pink tone to it. So you call it a pink peacock, huh?
Champagne.
A champagne peacock. Champagne peacock. Okay.
Yeah.
So how rare would you describe these colors?
Well, pretty much all the pearls that we've shown today are very rare. And pretty much all of them have that combination of body color, luster, orient, and the halo. Let's put it that way. And I guess, I mean, they're all very special. And this one, I guess I use champagne for lack of a better word, but it's, I don't know.
I like how honest you are. Champagne, for lack of a better word. We're talking about the subjective nature of colors.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
there is the poema system, I mean, the poema system's kind of gone away, though. I haven't really heard anything about that for a long time.
Yeah. But I mean, the colors are, I mean, they can be infinite pretty much,
Yeah.
you know. And it's funny, it depends on a lot of factors, and sometimes you get some colors you've never seen before. And it's got to be a combination of good temperature in the water, good oysters, good grafter, good everything, and then you have these really spectacular colors.
So Kim asked if she could see the blue peacock again. I'm not sure which one that was, Kim. You know what? I'll have Jordan connect with you in the chat, and if we can figure out exactly which pearl that was again, we'll be happy to show that again.
Blue peacock.
Yeah, because we had
that
the
one.
dark peacock, green peacock. Oh yeah, there was one peacock left of the purples, or there's a blue. Anyway, we'll figure out which one it is.
Yeah.
Group two. Okay. Yeah, I said the blue. Okay, we'll get back to the group two then.
Right.
We'll mark, Kim. We're gonna mark this, star this one, and we'll find that and we'll go back to it. Okay. So again, this is the champagne peacock, 2 pearls, 1 9 to 10 millimeter is 220. The 10 to 11 millimeter is 320, and that is it on the lots that we have,
yeah.
right? Okay. And Brent is asking, which one do you like of these two?
I have to like really.
He's got to look at it really closely here. The color's deeper, a bit lighter.
I like the little one.
Me too. Yeah.
I would say the skin on the little one is a little bit better. Yeah, I'd go with the little one. The little one is a little, for me, is a little better. Has a little better skin and has a bit bigger, stronger halo. Let's put it that way.
So you're saying this one,
The little baby.
yeah. The little baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
The little one. This guy. I don't know. No, yeah, definitely this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a cheaper one, but
so
it
Bren,
is the better body, I guess.
Champagne Peacock. Bro, that's still Bren. Okay, Bren, congratulations. This one is yours. The Champagne Peacock belongs to Bren.
The little one.
And why don't you turn on this one too and open the door so it doesn't get so hot? It's too loud. Okay, then let's just open the door. All right. So, Bren, congratulations.
That's a great pearl.
This one is yours. Congratulations, Bren. All right.
You are very, very welcome. Enjoy.
Brad?
Very particularly nice pearl.
Awesome.
Tiny one, but a beautiful, beautiful one.
Well, now we're going to show something that just is crazy
GP6?
special. Yeah, this goes into your lot number 6. And we put these into a bowl because they are tiny and they're such mixed sizes, and we didn't want to drop any of these. But these are crazy special,
very, very, very
special unique pearls. So, of course, Alex is a pearl farmer and he grows Tahitian pearls. But when you've got a farm, there's a lot of other shells there that as well. There's one called
every kind of shell. I mean, you have the ones that are pointy that will tear up your hands if you're not careful. They have real spikes, and then there's some that are really huge. You have white ones that are really long. I mean, you have a plethora of shells, and one of which is this one is I learned yesterday is the pintada maculata.
Maculata. Yes.
We call it pipi, but and then these pipi, the particularity of the shell is that it has a yellow body, and it's usually grows about this big, like maybe $1, an old daughter.
Wow, it's so tiny, which is
Yeah.
why these shells, these pearls are so small. Well, let's get this under the camera so they can see this. So, you know, these are, I mean, these are a collector's item. Of course, you know, Stephen Metzler, a friend of ours from Pearl Guide, has got this amazing this strand, like this torsade that's made out of these things. And I don't know how long it took him to gather the pearls to make something like that. But they are just so incredibly rare and incredibly beautiful. And
natural pearls.
Yeah, completely natural. And there's one in there in particular that was jumping out to me.
Oops.
Yeah, look at that right there. That one is there you go. Now you're under the camera. There you are. Oh my gosh. That is about as perfect as you can get. Yeah.
There we go. Trying to figure that out.
So wait, Terry, you said mine gorgeous. Which one? Really, you know, the individual pearls aren't for sale. So yeah, okay. Yes, Kathy, these are PP pearls. These are PP pearls. Yes, they're 22 grams, so it's, I think it was like $375 a gram or thereabouts. So it's a little bit over 22 grams. I think it came out to like 22.15 or something like that. So yeah, Terry's not taking these. So David wants to know, and by the way, David LeBlanc is in Canada. He actually deals a lot of natural pearls as well. He collects a lot of natural pearls, and Canadian natural pearls, which is kind of cool. So he wants to know the incidence of natural peepees and how many present with more than one pearl.
Usually there's like maybe one or two, but it's usually one per shell, and but it's very, very rare.
Yeah,
it's just you just
well, it's not even one per shell. I mean, it's like one per how many?
Shells? For how many shells? Yeah, that's a lot of shells.
Yeah, pretty rare to see that.
Yeah.
And Amitabh is asking, is it available only as a lot? Yeah, it's only as a lot.
Right now at this point, yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's got 2 lots. I'm going to show you the second lot as well. They're very, very similar. And really, here, I'll take that and I'll switch to a different bowl so that, and I'll wait to put those back in the bags myself. Where's the other? Oh, here it is. Put the second set in this bowl so we can really see what they look like. Oops. Let's go back here. And some of these are so small. You want to make sure you get them all. This one actually has one. I'm going to pull this one out of here right now because I can't believe the size of this pearl. No. So careful, don't drop that. So this is the second lot, and it's a little bit smaller in terms of like the number of pearls overall. But check this one out. This is a crazy looking pearl can you believe that's a natural pearl? Lauren wants to know, how long did it take to collect these? I mean,
about 6 months.
6 months? Yeah. How many? Yeah. So how many shells are we talking?
Yeah.
So you're not grafting these shells. I mean, are they edible? The meats, or
my mother says that they should be edible, but we've never tried them.
You've never tried them?
Yeah, huh? She says that we can do like an Italian linguine alla vongole with them, but we've never actually tried because they really do look like clams. And but I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, but we've never really cooked them.
Never cooked them yet, huh? Not like pearl meat, huh?
Yeah. I mean, on the pintada, we can eat the muscle, so it's kind of like a scallop.
So, no, somebody just asked if we can pull the camera back a little bit. No, we can't. This is a fixed camera, so we can show it under the other camera, but we can't pull it back. So let's show it under the other camera there. There we go. You can see what they all look like now. Yeah, those are really something. So, do you see many of these darker colored peepees? Elsie's asking here.
They come in all basically this combination of colors. That's what the peepees are. Obviously, the golden ones are, I guess, more sought after, but they do come in that dark, kind of almost blackish color.
Yeah, I've only really seen the gold ones before. And Paul is asking, if anyone were to purchase these, how can one get them drilled? Well, they'd probably be talking to us, because how would you?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that about the really tiny torsade that Hisano has, that you have to do like a bow.
Yeah.
I would think that would be the only way.
So a lot of the pearls here, because some of them are really as tiny as some of the Tiny Tahitians.
Yes.
I mean, there's a few in there that almost look like little grains of sand.
Yeah, I mean.
So they would be drilled by hand, and almost certainly drilled in India. We'd have to send them to India, where they're still doing this drilling by hand. But it's basically a bow with a like a little tiny spike, and they put the pearls into a piece of wood that has like little divots carved in the wood, and they press it in there, and they push this little tiny, almost like a hypodermic needle size drill, and then they use a bow, and it spins it. And when we do the live on March 6th with the Keishi pearls, we'll get more into that, and we'll have some pictures to show of how those pearls are actually drilled. But we would not be able to drill some of the small pearls here with our drill. In fact, the drill wouldn't even. I mean, the drill bit is as big as.
You can't even hold it.
Yeah, you really can't even hold some of these pearls.
Probably disintegrate it.
Yeah, but they are really crazy pearls. And thank you for showing these, because this is just kind of a surprise. So
yeah, this was
they'll probably all go to one collector in Hong Kong, like in Hong Kong, where all the naturals are sold.
Yeah,
there's one buyer for everything.
Pretty much. Yeah,
beautiful. All right, so let's get out of the natural peepees. I'll take that, and let me set it over here to this safe spot, so that, and this is lot number 2, so they do not get bumped. Because the last thing I would want would be for these to go onto a floor somewhere. And now we're getting into some of your loose special singletons, and these are all on cards. You can take them off cards, of course, but we'll start out with. Let me see here. This is number 10, which is also S1 for the single pearls. So this is the very first one, and this is a 10 millimeter pistachio. Is it 10 millimeter on the dot?
Looks like 10.0. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a nice pistachio.
So you can we stuck it onto the card to make it easier, because it's got the details on the back of the card, so we could. But yeah, 10 millimeter round. So
ooh, that's a nice pistachio.
That is a beautiful, beautiful pistachio.
Definitely pistachio.
Doesn't really get much more pistachio than that.
Yeah. Pistachio with a kind of an inner glow, kind of a pinkish inner glow.
And Brent says it's hers.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Brent.
Congratulations. Yeah.
And Watcha said the same thing, but I believe Nancy, I think, and actually 3 people. Bren said mine, then Nancy said mine, then Kathy said mine. So I'm sorry, Nancy and Kathy, but this does, Bren, you were the first one in. So then we've got Nancy a second, and Kathy. We've got you guys on standby as well, in case Bren changes her mind.
No, that is a great
pearl. But
pearl.
that is a beautiful,
congratulations,
beautiful pearl. So that is S1. I'll put that in a bag for where are my bags? My bag's right here. All right, but don't worry, guys. We have some more crazy special ones coming up, and in fact, we've got one more amazing pistachio coming up as well. But before that, let's go into this one. This is probably one of my favorites out of everything we've seen, even though this pearl is not perfectly round. The color is so. The Tahitian Hunger Games have begun. So we're gonna go to number 11 next here. Next is 11. Okay. This pearl is oval and it's peacock, but the colors, oh my gosh, it looks like 3 different pearls depending on how you're looking at it.
Exactly.
So I will let you talk about this pearl, and I've got it sort of set up right there. So you got half and half almost, if you can see this. But you see the one side is green, and there's the drill spot. You can see the nub. It's got a solid nub on it. Oh, there you go. That's the drill side, but look at the colors. Oh my gosh. Kathy says mine. Kathy was the first one here. Yes, Kathy got the special one. Oh yeah. That is a special pearl.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's got the
You're going to love this, Kathy. Walter's going to love this one too. This one is special. Special. Wow. Such an amazing color. That is, out of all the pearls you had brought in yesterday and was showing me, this is the one that jumped out to me more than anything else, just because the color is just so crazy.
Yeah.
This is one that I would pull out and make something for Isano with for sure. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. You did it perfectly. Look at this color. So you've got the purple to the blue. It's got it on the green right there in the center. I sent Walter off at 4 o'clock. You'll find up. And Jen says Jen's axe is for backup on that. In case you change your mind, Kathy, this one belongs to you, Jen. I don't see anybody changing their mind on this one, though. It's so special. All right. So that one goes to Kathy. And I will pass this over to you, Clint. And now let's go on to a cherry. And we talked about cherries before.
Yeah.
This one is your definition of cherry. And this is cherry. So
with a purple center, let's put it that way.
You want to take it in your hand? Because I'll tell you, the color is just, it's almost pure purple. It is so intensely cherry. Yeah. Maybe put it on there. There you go. There you go. Look at that halo. Wow. That is really something.
Yeah.
That is really something. 10.6 millimeters. So it's on the larger size of the 10. And is there even a drill spot?
That's what I'm looking for. I think it's gemmy.
Yeah, it looks really gemmy.
Yeah.
Jemmy. Call him Jeremy's. Onion Pencil says the blood pearl. Yeah, wow. So 10.6 millimeters cherry. And from where I'm sitting over on the side, it looks like it's almost completely purple. But you do see a little bit of the darkness on the inside. But as you were spinning it, you can see that the purple always basically stays in the center in there. Yeah. It doesn't ever seem to move. It's just always right there.
And it has that funky halo.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I mean, that's kind of what you look for, is just to have this weird mirrorish halo. You know, that makes them really, really special, especially when the color is so deep.
And Amitabh, mine S3, congratulations on
Amitabh.
Ultimate cherry.
This is cherry. Indeed it is.
That is crazy. That one got a tequila scream out of somebody there.
Yeah.
for sure.
Hopefully we can get one that's 16 mm like that.
Oh, could you imagine a 16 mm pearl that looked like that?
That would be the tequila scream.
Have you ever seen anything like that before? I mean, we've got a big pearl coming up here, but typically with the big pearls,
they don't, when they're big, they don't have that mirror effect, I guess. They may have the color and everything, but that tightness of the color, usually the big ones don't have it. And when they do, they're exceptionally expensive.
Yeah. Typically, who would have that? It's that company.
What?
Alain Boit would always have something like that. Alain Boit, out of France. We've actually gotten some beautiful drops from him. Yeah, typically, it's White Sauce C though that we've gotten some beautiful drops. In fact, Barbara, I think this came from Alain Boit. But there's another one, the company out of Japan that deals in just those crazy colors.
I
It's
use
escaping me.
Seibido, huh?
Seibido.
Seibido.
Yeah, Seibido.
Yeah, I was describing the colors, and this is kind of a Seibido lot, you know. So for people that know, Seibido always has the most amazing colors. Yeah.
So Dr. Julia said, how do you normally protect a truly nice pearl from heat damage when the metal part of the jewelry needs some repairs?
You have to remove it.
Really, it's important to remove the pearl.
You have to remove the setting. And usually if you use the proper glue, you usually with some heat in the water, you can remove it most of the time.
Or, you know, a solvent solution like an attack or something like that.
You know more about it than
remove
I
it
do.
as well. But, you know, if the pearl is far enough away from, like for example, if it's on a pendant and you've got something up at the top that needs to be repaired and you've got at least an inch or so from the pearl,
Yeah.
you may be able to do
Pull
something with it,
yeah,
but you got to be really, really careful. You don't want to put fire on any of these pearls.
I don't think it's a good idea at all.
And by the way, everyone, so on these pearls, they are all undrilled, and these are Alex's pearls. These are not our pearls. So if we do drill them, they are final sale. However, if you want to see them in person first, yeah, just say it's mine, and then we can send them to you. We'll just FedEx them to you, FedEx 2-day, and you can look at them in person to make sure, you know, they're the exact color you want and everything before we drill them. But because we're going to be drilling them, and Alex is a pearl farmer and he sells these things in lots, yeah, he can't do anything with drilled pearls. So once they're drilled, they're yours. If you do buy any pearls today, just and you're not quite sure about it, especially once we get to these big ones here, just have us send it to you FedEx 2-day, and then you can take a look at it, and then we'll include a return label back, so then you can ship them back to us if for drilling and setting as well. Yeah. Or if you're like Amitabh and you want them just undrilled and you want to just sleep with them for a few weeks and decide exactly what you're going to do with them before you make a decision. Or make
a little collection and then a bracelet or something, you know.
All right. Well, then let's go on. That was S2, right? That was S3. That was the cherry, right?
Round cherry. Yep.
Okay.
S4.
So now we have got, and we're getting into the larger size pearls here. This is a 12.5 millimeter peacock. I wonder if it's going to show up. The color isn't quite as great on this camera. So let's switch to the other one. There you go. And I see some blue-green in this one too. So again, this is one of those pearls that, you know, the peacock becomes pretty subjective when you're describing it, because I'm not seeing much in the way of like purple or red, a slight pink to it. And is that a reflection or is that a drill spot? I think it's a reflection there.
Oh, there's a drill spot.
Yeah.
Somewhere. There it is.
Yeah, there's the drill spot.
Yeah.
So this is a 12.5 millimeter peacock. And, you know, once you're getting into the 12, you got it up there. There you go. Once you get into the 12 plus millimeter pearls, you're getting into the pearls that we're talking pretty big. And so Douglas is saying it kind of looks like an icy
mint green,
like a mint green sort of thing. Yeah. And it does kind of have that icy mint green going on about it, doesn't it? It
has a slight pinkish.
No, I can see the pink halo pretty well from this side over here, like right down in there too, right?
But it's one solid. I mean, it's one color.
Yeah.
Or with a halo.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a minty green with a pink halo.
A minty green with a pink halo. Can you pick it up and spin it around and see what we leave? There we go. Yeah. Let's put it under the other camera with the open aperture and see what we think here. See if we can capture that color even better with that one. Maybe not. Maybe the macro is going to be the best for this. Yeah, it's really hard, and the color just moves as you move it as well.
Yeah, and this is kind of a lighter peacock, I guess.
Yeah. There you go. Absolute perfection with one drill spot as usual.
Mm-hmm.
And so for us, you know, if the pearl has a single blemish on it, or it has no blemish, it's basically the same. There's only one setting that we use where the pearl is like in a cage, and then then it does matter. Then we'll want to have a perfectly clean pearl, but otherwise, pearls have to be drilled. And so if the pearl is drilled, you drill in that drill spot, and then it comes out to be perfectly clean. Pink disappears next to the color of your hand. Ah, yeah, that's right. So then it looks really minty green against the skin.
Yeah, look how it changes to
You're having a lot of fun with these cameras, aren't you?
Yeah, because it's so hard to, get it exactly like it is, I guess.
Yeah.
And and that's kind of the beauty also of pearls, is that depending, when you're wearing them, depends on whether you're in direct sunlight, in the shade, and then the thing just evolves. I mean, that's what's another one of the beauties of these pearls.
Beautiful. All right, well, let's move on. So the next one we've got is another pistachio, and this is a big one. I mean, we're getting into the 13s. That's about 13 and a half-ish. Let me see.
Oh, nice.
The pistachio, number 14. Yeah, 13.5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely pistachio.
Wow. Wow. Yes, a pistachio is as pistachio as you can get. Number 14, Kim Johnson. It is mine. That belongs to you. Ruth,
Wow.
I'm sorry. Kim just beat you. Do it. Oh, man.
Yeah,
so, Kim Johnson, congratulations. Oh, my gosh. What an amazingly beautiful, beautiful pearl. Look at that.
It is beautiful.
Oh, and Ruth. Hey, by the way, Ruth went to Atlas's Pearl Farm. Ruth Johnson went to Atlas's Pearl Farm in Indonesia. Indonesia, yes.
I've never been to a farm over there. It must be a different experience.
I'm sure it's a little bit different.
It's very different, yeah.
And Nancy said S4 is hers. And that's the last one we just showed. So, cool. Nancy, congratulations. The round peacock is yours. I will pull this one out and put Nancy's name on this one too. Here you go, is the S4. And let me give you the card for this so that they don't get mixed up. It's yes, it was awesome, Ruth says. Yeah, she actually did she's talking about the farm, I'm sure.
The farm,
but the pearl's awesome too, for sure.
The pearl's awesome.
She did a video of like a GoPro video of the farm and shared it with everybody on Pearl Guide. But yeah. I haven't even been to that farm before, so Ruth has been someplace I haven't even been. So, okay, so Kim, this is yours. Let me give this over to use a bigger bag for this because it's a bigger pearl and might be a little tight in this other one here. All right,
13.5.
So yeah, now the next one we are going to is even larger. Now we're getting up into your really big special ones. These are the ones that kind of sit in the in fact this one is too in the display cases, individuals. They don't get sold in lots unless
we never sell these in lots
unless it's a really entire harvest lot.
Yeah, if it's like usually if someone is going to buy my whole harvest, I usually leave everything. But
you don't let Maggie take a look at it before she
still does.
That's something, like a lot of harvests, like in Jewelry, for example, they may sell the entire harvest prior to even harvesting the pearls. That always happens in China, that the farmer doesn't even necessarily see the pearls because you have almost what they're called, like brokers, if you will.
Yeah,
they go farm to farm and they just buy everything.
Yeah.
And then they either show up for the harvest and they harvest right there at the farm, or they collect all the shells and they take them all to one place and harvest them.
Chuck them. Yeah.
So they make sure that all these special pearls are still there. So this one you've got, this is S6 is where we're going right now. And this is a 13.8. And this is number 15. You say silver green here, but to me, this looks almost like a blue.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this in the light in the other room yesterday, and the light here is different. So let's see.
So you were actually naming the colors just yesterday on this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in this one I see more of a silver green, but when I'm looking at it from here,
Let's see here. Here, can you do
put
that?
your hand right in front of it like that. See if it focuses. Actually, let's go back like this. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, it looks more like a silver green
There.
on the camera. Yeah,
Then
it absolutely
here
does.
it looks kind of bluish.
Yeah.
So I
But,
guess it depends on the light, really.
So yeah, it's a silver green, 13.8 millimeters. It's almost 14 millimeters, and it is perfectly clean, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a stunning, stunning pearl. And 13.8 millimeters, S6. All right. Yeah, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Love the skin too.
Yeah.
You know, one of the interesting things I see in these larger pearls here is so often, you know, these are second and third grafts when you get up to this size. So the luster is not typically as good. But this one and the next few that I see coming up, I see pretty tight reflections on this. So the luster is actually quite good for the size, no?
Absolutely.
And so is this a second graft or is this a first graft?
This is probably a third graft for us. Yeah.
Third. So you're actually
Yeah.
grafting 3 times with a
Yeah,
shell?
we've done up to 4 grafts, up to 4, but obviously as we're harvesting, like for example, if we harvest 10,000 oysters, we'll be able to out of the 10,000, we may get maybe 2,000 if we're lucky to do a second graft. So it decreases
About 20%?
exponentially. Yeah, if we're lucky. It depends
Third,
on the health.
I mean, third.
Yeah, I mean,
hardly anybody does 3 grafts in Tahiti.
well, we've always pushed it. We always like to push it as far as we can go because I have a really good supplier. I have a really good relationship with my nucleus guy. So I have from the really, 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 really tiny up to the really, really, really big. So we've always tried to push it, and it always just depends on the oyster. If the oysters seems healthy, strong, whatever, we'll just try to just keep it going.
Yeah, amazing. All right, so that is S6, the 13.8. Now, one of the crazy ones, S7,
Purple.
14 millimeter bicolor purple. This one is absolutely crazy. See if you, let me switch over here so we can see it. You can see the purple even coming through with this light here. You can see the purple all the way around it.
Deep purple.
This is, and on one side it's green, but the purple just moves.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll let you describe this one. This is,
Yeah, this one is insane.
this one's nuts.
It's almost pistachio-ish on one side, then goes to like a deep purple,
Yeah.
then to a green.
And there's the drill spot.
There's a little kind of drill spot there. Yeah, no, this
I'm
is
gonna put it in your hand and spin it around so we can. Oh, there was the purple though. We just saw the purple halo too. Yeah. Try opening the aperture just a little bit on this one. See if we can capture that purple. Maybe see if it works. Maybe a little too much now. There it is. Oh, there's the purple. Yeah. That is, and that's a massive pearl. That's 14. Oh, there, you got the halo there.
There you
Let's
go.
get it. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that purple halo. Jeez. That is really something. That is really something. And as you spin it, slowly move it, you can see that the halo, it stays. But you can see that it changes a little bit, and you can see it's going green to purple. It's like a bicolor halo now.
Yeah, it's got this kind of greenish to the side.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That would make one crazy pennant. And we do not see pearls in this size, Tahitian pearls in this size, typically very often. But with this sort of a color, you just don't see them. I mean, it's just in this size and this color. It's crazy. This is like, you know, I'd see this in a 9 millimeter and a 10 millimeter pearl.
Yeah.
It's like we saw them in the smaller pearls already, but not at 14. Typically at 14, you're getting very silvery. You're starting a little more dull.
That's the thing. Is this that the layers of nacre are not as tight. There we go, right
Yeah, a little bit out. All right, I'll just move it over.
Zoop.
There you go. Yes. Now that is a Tahitian black pearl. That's a Tahitian black pearl, Nancy says. I love that. Yeah,
It certainly is.
That is really something. And the size, let's just double check the size here. This is 13.94 from that angle. And then from the other side, 0.91. There's the 14. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So that is one of those one-of-a-kind creme de la creme pearls. That is one happy, happy pearl. All right. So now we're going to go on to the second to the last of the loose pearls. And this one, you called this blue-green. To me, this just looks dark, dark blue. I see a little bit of the green in the center there. But otherwise, this is dark, dark, dark navy blue.
Yeah, the person that
and
said
big,
if we had a blue
really,
one,
really
we
big.
do have a blue one.
That was the blue one I was referring
yeah.
to when we were coming up on it. That
Yeah.
is, it's about as blue as you can really get.
Yeah, this one's insane.
In the dark blue side.
Can we see it? Can we see the blue?
Yeah, maybe the aperture might be a little too open on this one. Let's try lowering it just a little bit. There, now you're starting to see the dark blue. Yeah. That looks like it does here to me. With that dark blue halo going all the way around it as well. You can see the drill point there.
Yeah. Right there. That one little spot.
Yeah, that is a wow pearl for sure. That is absolutely
blue and kind of a purple
wow
overtones. Blue body, purple overtones.
You know, when you were putting this down on paper yesterday, you called it a round blue green, but even the blue
I don't see the green here. It's just
it's
more of a blue purple.
Like Okie Dean is saying, it had like a halo around it, almost glowing. And it has that, like it almost makes it look larger than it appears. But at the same time, this is a big pearl.
It is a big pearl.
This is really about, the larger end of what we'll typically see in Tahitian pearls. I mean, I've seen them all the way up to like 18, 19, even 20 millimeters. But typically the lots and most average size strands end at about 12.
They kind of limit at 12, 13. If you got a couple of 13s in the lot and then 12s. But 14 and up is usually very difficult.
All right. Well, this is number 17, S8. And now let's go on to the last of the singles. This is, is this like the biggest one? The biggest one your farm has produced? I mean,
no, we produced some bigger ones.
I mean, and this is almost a chocolate too. You have down here just dark, but to me this looks like a chocolate.
It is chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
But it's 16.4 millimeters. It's a monster.
It's a monster.
Sherry Janek would really like that one. 16.4 millimeters.
Chocolate pearl.
Yeah.
Dark.
That is a monster. So out of a typical harvest, how many 16s do you get? That's larger than
Lately
16.
None. Lately none. I mean, it's very, very hard to get them 16 round and good color and good skin. We sometimes get some big ones, but they just don't look good.
Yeah. I mean, typically when you get into this size, the color starts to
fade, and the shape also of the pearl starts to deteriorate, or the oyster is just so sick that it's got like a combination of mother of pearl and some other stuff that it's not good. Let's put it that way.
And like a rum raisin.
Yeah,
like a rum raisin. Absolutely. Yeah. And Marianne, you're right. That is absolutely a sherry pearl. Absolutely a sherry pearl. I could totally see her creating. Sherry Dranick is a friend of ours who came to most of the not all the Pro Guide Ruckuses when we had, it was
Pearls by the Bay.
Yeah, the precursor. We used to all meet in Los Angeles, and now we meet in San Francisco once a year.
That was a cool event.
You're going to be there this year, right?
When is it? May, yeah?
It's coming up. Yeah, coming up in a few months. Yeah, coming up in a few months. So, yeah, that's a wow pearl. That is an absolute wow pearl. Well, this is the last one of your loose pearls. So any of these pearls that didn't get taken today are going to be going with you to Hong Kong. And these are all going to be gone by next week. So
yes, they will.
They will all be gone. They all have probably not the end buyer purchasing them in Hong Kong, but they will.
Or I'm probably just going to keep them,
Yeah, just keep them. You actually do have some special pearls that you keep, right?
Yeah, always. I'm pretty weird like that.
All right. Well, we have a couple of just crazy special strands that you brought, and these are. And Kathy says, "See you at Pearls by the Bay." So
yeah,
I'll see you for sure at Pearls by the Bay, Kathy. I know Hisano and I are going to be there. So this, we talk about these pistachio pearls and how rare these pistachio pearls are.
Yeah.
And this is a strand,
pistachio and blue.
With pistachios,
correct,
and blue. And you called this a zebra strand?
I know.
What does that even mean? The size it's a good size. It goes up to 11.5 in the middle, so it's not like the crazy, but I've just never seen a strand of these colors, the blues and the pistachios. So this is going to be a very special someone who's looking for the very special,
very out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
very out there colors,
very unique.
Because like these pistachios, the pistachios, like this pistachio there, and straight across from it. These are like the colors of that super pistachio that we had earlier on. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Amazing. Yeah. And that is strand. Oh, you got it under that other light too. And then we can actually show this on the bust as well. Yeah, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's get it on the bust there. See how it looks over there. So pistachio pearls, there's also a non-natural. So they dye some pistachio pearls.
No, these are all natural.
Well, yeah. They for sure, these have come from your farm. I know they're natural, but the pistachio that aren't natural, they tend to have a slightly different look to them as well.
Yeah.
This pistachio kind of has a like a range of pistachio in this.
Pretty
strand,
much. Pretty much. I mean, I've seen that they treat the pistachios when they're artificially treated in Japan, which they're getting really good at. It has a homogeneous color to them. But I guess Tahitian pistachios always have like this weird combination of body color and halo kind of. And like, for example, this strand, I think no two pistachios are alike, but they do have that, that combination of yellow, green, colors.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Only seen a few full pistachio strands, natural colors.
Yeah.
One dealer, and I saw he was in Tucson. It was a few years ago, though. He had sent them to GIA to prove to buyers that the entire strand was a natural pistachio, because typically you're only going to see, like one or two pearls here and there.
Yeah.
But not like a full strand of them.
Correct.
But this one's a pistachio with the blues too, which is actually really
blue
cool.
is also kind of our specialty as far as our farm's concerned.
Oh,
too.
really?
We try to do the
Ah.
blue and we try to do the chocolate.
I love it.
That's what we
Chocolates and the blue.
Yeah.
So when you come back in 3 months with all of your tiny pearls, remember he's
Chocolate
coming
and
back
blue.
in 3 months after his harvest.
Absolutely.
He's going to come back here and show us all the tinies because he didn't have the tinies this time.
Yeah,
You'll be able to
put
get
them
your
aside
tiny
and bring 'em
pears,
here.
your tiny bracelets, your tiny tin cups, your tiny strands.
absolutely.
He's going to have a lot of this crazy, crazy tinies. All right, so we've got one strand left, and after this next strand, then we'll start showing some of these. Anything you want to see again? I know we've got some requests there that people want to see some of these pearls already again.
Sure.
So we'll show those in a few. But this last strand, you call this the Queen Peacock multicolor one necklace.
What?
That you and this isn't even this harvest. This is how long does it take you to make this?
Well, I'd have to ask Maggie, but she's been collecting this for a long, long, long time, and it's just basically, one of a kind. And this is all peacock, but the different kinds of peacock: the peacock blue, peacock green, peacock red, peacock pink.
Why don't you just pull that through that this camera, just from the top to the bottom, so they can see all the different peacocks that are in there. This is the creme de la creme of a strand. Huh?
I'm doing it.
Oh my goodness. Intense peacock, dark peacock. It is
Pink
a
peacock, purple peacock,
color peacock strand. You got pistachio peacocks,
blue peacocks,
green peacocks, cherry peacocks. Look at that purple one. Oh my gosh.
So
the
this
bicolor
guy right there?
The bicolor purple. Wow. That is just a stunningly
It's a killer.
crazy strand. This is like those strands, those crazy $49,000, $80,000
Yeah, the
strands
stuff we saw in Hong Kong
last September.
That was a bit high.
That was yeah, a little bit, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But
yeah, it's in the same range. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, crazy. Absolutely stunning. Show it in your hand, and the other one, maybe we can. This might be a little bit challenging to really get those colors in there. But that is, Verna, absolutely insane gorgeous, absolutely insane. Like the peacocks are so intensely dark, it almost looks like a solid color strand there.
And it's super long. I mean, it's what,
27 inches.
27
so this
inches?
is almost 2 strands, and I probably should have mentioned that. Peacock group 2, 10 to 11, please. And this strand is gorgeous. Yes, it is. The other green peacock, group 2. Where is group 2?
Should we put it on the?
Oh, this is the green peacock. I got it for you here. Yeah, you go ahead and put it on the bust and see.
Bust.
Group 2.
Green peacock.
Group number 2.
Group number 2.
Group number 2, and I think there were 2 left.
There was
of these.
3, and there's 2 that.
Okay, these are the 2, and one of them.
Oh yeah.
One of them is a super peacock. Is that? Are we sure we put that in the right bag? It's not one of the purples.
GP2.
Yeah, it wouldn't really matter. It wouldn't really matter
Yeah.
because you've got the
yeah.
exact same price on all of them. So in that size range. So
Yeah. That one.
So there you go.
That one.
Nancy. Yes. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this one. It's oval, but this one's really great. This one's great too. They're both great.
The lower one.
I think they're the same size, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide
Yeah,
this.
they're the 210s, I think.
This is group number 2. Is the green peacock, and there are only 2 pearls left of this one.
And this one's the 11.
Right. So that's
Yeah,
the
right.
$380 pearl, and the other one is the $320 pearl. Right. Oh wait, I'm being told that all the pearls from group 2 were claimed. Is that the case?
I don't know.
You know what? They may have been claimed in the comments already. So they may have been. So if not, then Nancy, I'm gonna put this one with your name on it. But I'm gonna double check with Jordan because I just got a message saying that the group 2 was claimed. But I am going to, just in case, put this one inside a special bag here because this is the upper one that you mentioned, Nancy, and they may have them in the wrong bag too.
Can
I see the blue peacock? Kim
Which
Johnson
one
wants to see the blue peacock. I think
one was
that one was
the big one?
The big one, right? Was that Kim? Are you talking about the S8? The blue green one? This one? Or was there another blue peacock you wanted to see? This is the S. This is the S8. Yeah, this is S8. Oh, 11.3 millimeters. Okay, let me see if I can go back to find that one here. All right. So 11.3 millimeters. Let's see. 11.3.
Group 2.
That's group 2 again.
Group 2 again.
Yeah.
Group 2 again. Okay,
Yeah.
that one.
Those are all gone.
Right. So I may have, she's saying I may have been showing group 3, which is a dark peacock, not a green peacock, but they just basically look the same.
Elaine wants to see
The little one, can I
From
see it
group
again?
5.
Group 5. I believe the blue peacock. Well, all of them from group 2 were claimed, and so the 11.3 millimeter. Yes, unfortunately, fortunately for somebody, that one was
absolutely.
is claimed. So we don't have that one. What's that? It's Kim's.
Yeah, she called.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's hers. Yeah.
So
Okay.
do you have that pearl with you?
No.
I have it over here. Okay. So all right, here you go. We're gonna get that out of here. Okay, so Kim says Jordan knows what we're talking about. Jordan just came in to interrupt us
All
and
right.
say, "Hey, yeah, I know which one it is." All right. Okay. Corey's asking if we could show some of the ones that are still available. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Somebody wanted to see
The group 5
again.
the little one.
Okay, but I think the little one from group
I think
5.
we
Oh yeah, it's this one right here. This one right here.
The 9.3.
9.3 millimeter. There you go. Oops, don't drop it.
There we go.
This is the 9.3 millimeter from group number 2. And let me grab
5.
that one.
125.
No, group number 5. My bad. So this is not group number. Wait,
That group 5? Yeah.
group 5. Oh, I put them into the wrong bag.
No,
No, 9.3. Okay, that's right.
Yes,
9.3 millimeter.
Yeah, 9.3, correct. This is the
Okay.
9.3, the little one. Elaine wanted to see that.
Okay, got it. So group 5 is the purple. Okay, this one right here.
Super purple.
There you go, AFG. That is the little one, the 9.3 millimeter purple round. And that one is,
Hers already.
what's that?
She said, I think that I got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You should get the
okay.
one from, except to remove the comments. There we go. So we can show the banner. So this is the $220 Pro. Yeah. I think I was able to get it adding to my Collins collection. All right. I'm sorry, EFG, are you claiming the little pearl, the 9.3? And Jordan also, Kim wants to see that pearl again, the 11.3 millimeter pearl, when you can bring it back to us here. So let me put this one back in the bag here. And EFG, if this is the one you want, let us know. We know which one this is here in the bag. And Kim, this is that special pearl again. Yeah. My pleasure, Kim. Which one do you want?
The 9.3.
Oh, EFG? Yes. Okay, so this does belong to EFG. Okay. And Corey, do we have any pistachios left? We don't. People have been fighting over the pistachios. The pistachios have been going so quickly. So that one goes to EFG. Yeah, that's the one.
It.
Okay. So starred comments. Can I see the blue
I
peacock
need to
again?
make more
Group 2 again?
pistachios.
Purple. They showed together 5. All right, we did show all of those. Kim, is it blue?
Which one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna manage the banners here too. There we go. Okay, So which one is this?
Is this the blue one? Well, 11.3.
That should be the 11.3 millimeter one. That is the green peacock.
Green
Is that
peacock.
11.3?
11 point, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
11.3.
11.3. So
was there a blue one?
that-
Wasn't there a blue one next to it? What lot was this from?
It was group number 2.
Those are all gone.
Those are all gone,
All
right?
gone,
Right.
yeah,
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 they're
yeah.
all gone. So that's the only one left out of group number 2. But that's not left. No, that belongs to
it's
Kim.
gone. It
That belongs to Kim. Yeah, yeah. So that is your pearl, Kim. We're not going to let anybody take that one up. But you're asking if
it's
it is
blue.
if it is blue. Well, it does have a blue
It
side
has
to
blue
it.
on the back
Yeah,
and green on the front.
it's one of those bicolor pearls.
Yeah.
You know, the colors that you're showing today, typically these kinds of colors, we only see them in like circle pearls or drop pearls or things with a lot more edges on them, but not typically round pearls. I mean, once in a while, but dang. Yeah. So this is, sorry, I was late, Miss Muswick. Could any of the singles be put together for a set of earrings? That's really
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's kind of a good question. It's
Some could, I think.
there was a 10 to 11 millimeter gold pearl that I'd like to see again. Earlier, there was a 10 to 11 millimeter gold pearl. 10 to 11 millimeter gold pearl. Oh no. Catherine, do you see it?
What was that?
I just missed it. Purple mirror one, please. Claim, but would like to be backup. Oh, okay, so it was already claimed, but if they don't take it, then that one will be yours,
Okay.
Kimberly.
Gotcha.
So somebody asked if there was a parable here. Let me take that one back. So that one is Kim's.
Kim's. Yeah.
So Jordan, if you want to here, give this back to Kim or Jordan. This is still Kim's.
There's two Kims.
Two Kims. You'll know who we're talking about. So this is
Pretty
close, but you can see there's a difference in size.
I think these would be fantastic.
But that's about as close as I can see in all your lots as being a pair.
Those would be insane.
And this is group 5. So actually, yeah, it's really close because it's
those would be
10.5
really nice.
millimeter and 10.7 millimeter, which means it's within 0.2 of a millimeter.
Correct.
And for us pairing up pearls, typically the pairs has to be less than 1. So when you get them really close together, you'll be able to see that this one is a 10.7, or top one is a 10.7 versus a 10.5. But yeah, that would be the best pair that I see out of this. And that would come from group number 5, which is the purple group. So
That would be a really unique.
yeah. So these are $320 a pearl. And these, Alex is calling them purples, but to me, they are
deep,
like a cherry with a
cherry
green
pistachio.
They got kind of it all going on in there, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. I mean, depends how you spin it, really. I mean, this one has kind of a green towards the back, and okay, there's the drill mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are unique.
Unique. Very special. Very special. So, Corey, you were asking if there were any. Oh, Corey says mine. So, Corey, these belong to you. Congratulations.
That's a great.
We weren't even thinking about pairs today.
We didn't have time.
We didn't really have time. You just broke out the pearls and said, these are the ones
Yeah.
I'd like to show.
Yeah.
But I think you've got the
I
only
think that's
pair.
a solid pair.
That is a solid
Yeah.
pair. And it's a solid exotic pair, too.
Yeah.
Solid exotic pair. In fact, how would you, what's the face on this?
You're gonna have to work on that one.
Because as you turn them, you've got different
Yeah.
faces and different colors. So,
exactly. But
yeah.
I think they have a good body together that goes together. So
oh, but there you go, right there. When you look at
Yeah,
it right there, you can see it.
exactly.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
look good.
Perfect. All right, Corey. These are yours. These are yours, Corey.
good call.
Good call. These are the last, not the last two. There's one more of the purples from that group 5. What was accidentally put in there? You dropped it.
Well, that's it. Yes, Elaine.
We made it almost all the way through a show
Yeah, here we
without
go.
dropping it. Okay. And this is Corey.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna get out of the room.
So what are we asking
What is
about
this
this?
one?
That's one more left in the purple group.
Oh, this was
This
in
is purple?
group.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is group 5. Okay, got it.
Okay.
But right. So we just showed those for the last 2 pearls. So let me go back in here and see what else we've got here. Okay. So Karen's asking, do you ever have any white Tahitians?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
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 Pretty rare though, right?
It is pretty rare, and that's one of the colors Maggie always takes away.
You know, when Hisano and I went out to Tahiti once, we bought a big lot of white Tahitians. It was Luik who had separated out a whole bunch of white Tahitians, put a lid on those peepees. The white Tahitians, I mean, we had Baroque strands, we had a few brown strands, and the white, it's not like the white, like a white South Sea.
It's a little bit different. I don't know, I prefer our whites, but the thing is, it's nearly impossible to match. You know, like to do a white strand of Tahitians that kind of match, that's going to be really, really hard.
Yeah. Well,
Because they're like
they're almost like a slight
white, blue, white, gray,
There you go.
white,
There you go.
pink.
There you go.
You know, they always have some nuance to them. But
And Lois, no, he's only brought these 3 strands. However, Alex promised to
Next
come
harvest,
back
yeah.
after his next harvest, which is in 3 months.
Right.
And what he's going to do is he's going to bring his loose pearls here before is it going to be in June? Would it be before you go to the Hong Kong show?
I'm not doing the June show.
Oh, you're not doing the June
so
show.
we'll have
Okay.
time. I'll have time.
So, and he's going to spend a few days here with us because Alex doesn't typically, make strands and pairs and things like that. You sell loose pearls. I mean, you do some of it, right?
Yeah. Usually it's Maggie that does that.
Yeah, Maggie does
the
it.
wholesale guy. But
we're going to match the strands up here.
Yeah.
match the
Just bring
strands up
it
here.
and do some matching, some earrings, bracelets, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and we'll finally be able to look at and Kathy and Paula both have 2 strands from that white Tahitian lot. So I don't know how long ago that was, but that was quite a little while ago. We've only had it one time. I mean, I've seen other white Tahitians, but I've never had a lot that size where we were able to make strands out of the rare, very rare.
You have light, but white, just white. Yeah, you get a few.
And you'll have some really, really light silver that are borderline white, but typically, if I'm not mistaken, those are typically more silvers that have gone through Japan for a Mai Shorty or something like that.
To
tone them out.
I don't know about that.
You don't have that Tahiti.
I
Don't have that
I
Tahiti.
don't know about that.
Okay.
The pistachio.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's. All right. That is. Oh, that's Kim's pearl. So that's the pistachio. I was going to say no. We don't have another pistachio. That's impossible. Right. Well, there you are, Kim. That is the special pistachio. Yes. So, well, we are now at 3:00. So,
Wow.
we've gone through. Actually, we're 10 minutes after 3:00. So,
You're welcome. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you very much, Ruth.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And thank you, Alex, for joining us on your way to Hong Kong. We can't wait to see what happens when you bring that full harvest here and we get to break into all these tiny Tahitians. It's going to be so crazy. It's so much fun.
It's going to be fun.
So, that'll be in about 3 months. We don't have a date for it yet, but Alex harvests every 3 months. And because
about every 3 months,
right? So about 4 times a year even? It's usually 3 times a year, right?
3 times.
Right.
Times.
So 3 times a year. So every 3 to 4 months, then you're doing a harvest. So it takes, how long does it take to do a harvest?
Well, it depends on how many we put in the water, but when we have a small crew, probably 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks.
To get it really.
Which is why we're
Yeah.
talking like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So the small ones, as you saw what happened today, the tiny ones were already gone, and they're just gone like that because nobody else has them, and so you see Alex kind of has a cult following, and as we see.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
People love these
cool.
tiny Tahitians.
That's awesome.
So he did tell us,
Thank
and
you,
I'm going to
Cassie.
hold, I'm telling you this on camera to make sure we're holding him to it.
Yes, definitely.
That his harvest, when he harvests these little tiny pearls, that he's going to bring them straight here, and then we'll have circles,
We'll play around with
have
them for about
drops,
a few days.
and he'll sit here with Hisano. It won't be me this time. It'll be Hisano, that tiny pearl girl. We'll go through these pearls with Alex, and then we'll have round strands, baroque strands, drop strands, circle
why not?
strands,
Yeah.
everything, little pairs, things like that. So I know Hisano's going to have a lot of fun with these Tiny Tahitians. And speaking of tiny pearls, you probably see it in the notes there, Keishi pearls. Hisano is going to be presenting some amazing Akoya Keishi pearls. We received them from Pearls Jewels Export specifically for this. He came to our offices, loved this live thing we were doing.
This
He
was
says,
cool.
show my cool
This was
pearls,
the
show
first
my
time.
special pearls.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing some Akoya Keishi pearls with our with Hisano, and then in March, we plan to be at Sea of Cortez, and
Cool.
Douglas is going to meet us in Mexico. They want to do their own live stream down there, so Hisano's going to join him for a live stream down there. We're just having a lot of fun with these live streams. And we'll be showing off Sea of Cortez pearls, and then from there in April, we plan on going to Japan. It's not locked in stone yet exactly where we're going to be visiting, but we're talking to Andy Mueller. We've already been invited to go to Takahashi Pearl, Pearl Exporting for another Keishi event there. So we have a lot of really amazing live streams coming up. You will see them pop up on Pearl Paradise. It's just pearlparadise.com/live. That's where we have the calendar. We try to keep it updated. Every couple of weeks, the new ones pop up. So I'm talking about things that aren't even on there yet. We need to finalize the dates. We should have the final dates for Sea of Cortez hopefully in the next 1 to 2 days. But the next final date for sure is going to be the Akoya Keishis on March 6th. So, Alex, thank you so much.
Maruru.
I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And
This is great.
hey, we look forward to the next one.
Definitely.
It was a lot of fun.
Too. It was a lot of fun.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for bearing with us for 2 hours. And next week, you'll be here with Hisano. And we'll see you next time.
All right.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.